Hi, it's Nick from the Coach Station here. The next stop is around, are you teaching at the right time or should you be organising? So let's get started. Have you ever done lessons where you've done a demonstration and the players go out and you stand back and you look at the players and they're actually still not quite understanding what to do? And they're actually maybe asking each other, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? And they're not really sure. So in this video, we're going to describe the chaos versus calm situation and when you should teach and when you should organise. So we never want to be in that position where we send off people after a demonstration and they're absolutely clueless and they don't know what to do next. So they're not actually working on the things that you want them to work on. Instead, what they're doing is they're trying to understand what the activity is. So the chaos and calm cycle looks like this. So this is time going across here, and we have this is chaos at the top and we have calm. So this is my way of trying to get to understand, like, chaos means it's chaotic in the minds of the people that are taking part. They don't really know what's happening up here. And at the bottom, we've got calm down here. So calm means that the people that are viewing and taking part in your session are actually really understanding what to do and they can start to develop their skills. So how this works is when you first start to coach, you change an activity and you demonstrate something. So in people's minds, they don't really know what's happening. So it's a little bit chaotic and they have to then try to form some idea of what's happening. So over time, that chaos sort of goes lower, okay, and they start to get it, right? And then after a little while, it drops off and they really know what they're doing. And so everybody's feeling pretty calm down here and they're able to practice the skills that you wanted them to do in the first place. And for a period of time, off they go, they practice their skills here. So this is time, it's going across, they're practicing their skills. And then you change something. So you change some organisation in the group, you change something that you're doing. And so this then goes back up to here. Everybody's not quite sure about the organisation of the drill, of the activity. So again, same thing sort of happens. They start to work it out themselves. And over time, this just drops off. And then you can then get some more calm and then some more teaching. So what are our roles here? What's important as coaches here as we teach? Well, we don't want this bit up here. This is not necessary. Like, we don't want these spikes up here. This is bad. Okay, so we don't want to have lots of chaos going on. So we've got to be super clear in our demonstrations to try and minimize this chaotic time. When they're in this chaotic time over here, actually all you should be trying to do is organize. Like, make sure, don't start to do any teaching until it's fully organised, so that in this calm cycle, when it drops off here, this is the time when you can then teach. So it's super important not to try and teach up here, when actually you should still be organising and you're trying to make sure everybody understands the activity. But right down there, you can teach. And this is where you should be actually teaching and not organising. So over time, what will happen is that you'll get better at demonstrating, better at organising, and yes, people have to start. Maybe they try to understand what's happening, but then this will drop off, and there'll be a much longer period of time here where you can teach, and that is what we're after. We're after really good organisation skills, really good demo skills to reduce this chaotic time to be able to teach more down here. Again, same thing will happen, a very small amount of time, and then they can teach more. So the message of the story is to understand when to teach, and that's only when you've got calm. Only when your players are doing exactly what you want them to do within that group setting, then you can teach. Okay, so that's really important. Only do that when you can teach. At this part up here, what we're really doing is we're organising. So we're doing nothing else apart from making sure people understand the numbers in the drill, making sure that we understand the amount of hits they've got, where to go, who they should be with, all of those things. So teach at the right time and you'll get much greater results and more efficient coaching. And that's the end of the journey here. On to the next stop. See you next time.